May I come in, sir?
Come.
Good morning, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, Shashank Mittal,
Yes, sir.
how are you feeling today?
Sir, I'm feeling good. It's my mock today, so I'm feeling excited also.
Okay. And please tell us briefly about yourself.
Sir, I am SHASHANK Mittal. I belong to the city of Lucknow. I completed my graduation in BTech Computer Science and Engineering. After that, I've started preparing for the civil services with political science optional. And I have been pursuing my hobby as container gardening in my free time.
Okay. Uh, your subject is political science and international relations or political science?
Political science and international relations, sir.
LIR. Okay. All right. You did in 2020, you did your
Graduation, sir.
graduation. And how many attempts have you had?
This is my third attempt.
This is your third attempt. And how far has been the journey in the last three attempts?
So in my first attempt, I could not clear prelims. In the second attempt, I could clear prelims and reach till the main stage. And in my third attempt, I could clear mains and I've reached for the interview stage for the first time.
Right. So this is your first interview.
Yes, sir.
And how many mocks have you had?
This will be my third mock today.
This is your third mock today. So,
Since yesterday, I've started giving mocks since yesterday.
and when is your interview?
So the dates haven't been announced yet.
So you are in the second phase of.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you have plenty of time at hand. Yes. Right. You are a student of computer science and technology. Well, after Chandrayaan, there are two important milestones achieved by ISRO. Can you share with us which are those?
After the Chandrayaan 3, sir.
Yes.
So one is the Aditya L1 mission, which is related to the sun. And one recently I was following in the newspaper, that is ExpoSat. These two are coming to my mind.
You said Aditya
L1.
L1. What is L1?
So L1 is a point in the space. It's an imaginary point. It's called it's called as Lagrange point. There are 5 Lagrange point. So the concept of Lagrange point is such that at those points the gravitational pull of two celestial bodies neutralizes to 0. So if we place some satellite or anything in that point, so it is very much stable and balanced.
Okay. And the Sat Expo, the other one, what is the importance of that for India?
So sorry, sir, that I am not able to recall at the moment.
All right. Okay. These days, generative AI
Yes, sir.
is making waves, and there is a call for a lot of accountability and all. And there is a particular usage of term called responsible AI. Use of responsible AI. What is that?
So generative AI, especially after the launch of LLMs, large language models like ChatGPT has been making rounds. And the thing is that with coming of the tools such as ChatGPT, there are issues of plagiarism, there are issues of unregulated AI. So we definitely need responsible AI, where the data sets which we are feeding into the AI for machine learning, those are free from the biases, inherent biases, number one. Number two, there should be human checks and balances in fine tuning of these models, because after a certain period of time, these models, when start to acquire human like intelligence, they develop certain biases or they develop certain algorithms on their own. So there is a necessity of human interference to regulate them. That's how AI can be held responsible, or ethics can be included in AI.
Is that what the industry calls the use of AI as responsible AI? The ethics is definitely involved. Do you think right now the LLMs that we have, they are biased?
Sir, there was a chatbot by Twitter known as Tay. I think it was if I'm recalling it correct, it was released somewhere in 2017-18. So as it was being tested, it was found that it showed inherent bias against the blacks in America. Similar things has been seen in USA under the use of facial recognition technology, which again uses the AI algorithms. In that also, The false positive is in the person, if we are trying for as criminal, whether an image is provided to the software and it is has to adjust whether it is a criminal or not. So it was falsely alleging black people more as criminals. So we can definitely say that this bias is present in AI.
My last question to you,
Yes, sir.
on your hobby.
Yes, sir.
How do you find that the container gardening is better than the normal gardening and other modes like aquaponics?
So the advantages of container gardening is such that we do not need any dedicated lawn or ground or open spaces for that. In container gardening, especially, we can plant the plants indoors or wherever we have limited space. They are easily to we can shift them anywhere according to the sunlight requirements, water requirements, as and when we want. So this portability is one such factor. Secondly, if we compare it with lawn gardening, we cannot change the entire soil structure of a lawn or of a ground. But in a container gardening, we can simply remove the soil profile and we can use that afresh. So there are many more advantages like this.
And what about the sustainability factor of this?
Sustainability, sir, definitely after a certain point we need to change the containers. So, and in the ground we just need to ameliorate the soil. So if we go by the sustainability, definitely it will be a bit lesser than the ground based gardening, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, Mr. Mittal. Have you read today's newspaper?
So I could read only the headlines, the first page.
Okay, what are the headlines?
So one was regarding the Bangladesh election that Sheikh Hasina's party is going to win. Another one was regarding the ED issue going in West Bengal. Sir, others I'm not able to recall at the moment, sorry.
Sheikh Hasina likely to win. How you know?
Sir, it was in the headline today I read that the party is being winning because the opposition, the main opposition party, I think has backed down or something, and the polls, the people, the electorate turnout is a bit lesser. So these are the projections, sir.
Have you read about something Maldives?
Not in the today's newspaper, sir. I'll definitely read about it, sir. I
Yeah.
was on my way, so
So what was the issue? What is the issue with Maldives we have?
in the contemporary sphere, sir. So Maldives has recently got elected its new premier. So the thing is, the party which the leader now belongs to is pro-China, seemingly pro-China, and the issue is India sees itself as a net security provider in the region. It follows the doctrine of Sagar, security and growth for all in the region. So we had stationed some of our troops in Maldives, but the recent leader which has been appointed, he and his party is pushing to remove Indian military from the soil of Maldives. So that's an issue. Another issue which is cropping up is the leader was gonna be the first leader which is not going to visit India first on his foreign trip after being elected as the leader, and is going to China. So it definitely sees that China's role is being increasingly affecting our neighbors. So that's an issue.
Some cabinet ministers, some action was taken. Have you seen that?
Sorry, sir. I'll look into it.
Okay, you belong to UP.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you think there is a case to divide UP into 3 states? Or should it be in the same one big state?
Sir, I don't see. I don't support the state to be divided anymore.
But earlier, our experience of smaller states after division has been good. Their development has increased. The pace of development they have done has increased a lot. So why not with UP? What is wrong? And if we divide UP into 2 or 3, so what harm it will do?
Sir, when we think about a case of division of any state, we should first of all look at what is the original requirement. If it is related to governance, so just by divisioning of the state at the top level, at a very macro level, will not solve the micro level problems. If we have to address the micro level problems like poverty, unemployment, like in Uttar Pradesh, one major issue crops from the Bundelkhand region. That is geographically very different. It is drought prone. It is more out migration prone. There are less avenues of local employment. So people say Bundelkhand should be created. Similarly, there have been disparities in the Western UP and Eastern UP. Western UP has been more developed. Eastern UP is a bit less developed. But if we go on dividing the states, not just UP or any other, based upon such macro level consideration, then the sovereignty and integrity of India would be at stake. If we have to solve the micro level problems, so
How
the good governance should
sovereignty-
be.
How sovereignty of integrity of India comes into picture
Sorry, not
with smaller states.
sorry, not sovereignty, the unity and integrity of India, sir.
Even unity doesn't come into picture.
So the secessionist tendencies would be increasing. Everyone would be demanding different
we-
states coming up.
So many smaller states. Sorry. So many smaller states were done earlier. The experience has been good. There is no such issue. How can UP can be a different case?
So if it has to be done, it has to be passed through a state reorganization commission or an expert committee has to be.
That is a different issue.
Yeah, but I was recently, in my limited reading, sir, I was referring to some articles regarding Uttarakhand after division of Uttarakhand from UP in 2000. So I was reading some ground level reports. They mentioned that in Uttarakhand, the promises were it being a hill state, there has to be some hill-centric governance. But what has happened in Uttarakhand, that we are seeing Joshimath and everything, many crises are coming up because the development model which has been placed in Uttarakhand is more of plain-based and not hill-based as such. It has not catered to the development of Uttarakhand, especially in the hilly areas. So on the ground level, people are migrating from hills to the plains, and the governance is lacking in hills. So again, sir, that's what my understanding is. We should be more focusing upon the micro level and considerations of that state, of that area, and division into two or more states is not the solution to the problems which we are facing.
Okay, that is your view. Fine, thank you.
शशांक मित्तल मित्तल साहब एक बात बताइए कि आप अग्रवाल कम्युनिटी को बिलोंग करते हैं. डू यू नो द ओरिजिन ऑफ द अग्रवाल कम्युनिटी, हाउ इट इज कमिंग?
Sir, I know about the Banya community, but origin of Agrawal community as such, sorry sir, I have to check.
You mentioned in your draft that your father is in a government service. What service he is?
Sir, he is in Canara Bank.
He's in the bank.
Yeah.
Canara Bank. Okay. You have taken a very interesting choice of the subject, the political science and IR, though you have a computer science background. Any particular reason why you didn't go for this, or just can you explain?
Yes, sir. So first of all, there was no subject of computer science and engineering in our optional list in the CSE. So definitely I had to look for some other subjects. And given other choices, in my 7th semester in college, we had to take some of the electives. Among them was basics of political science. So that was my first endeavor with political science, and I did really well in that. I felt a bit interested. So that was somewhere in the back of mind. So when coming to the choice of optionals, I was confused either to take sociology or political science. But I went with my interest and some limited experience during the college time itself. So that was the reason. And another reason was that when I skimmed through the syllabus of political science, I did find that many of the areas are overlapping with our GS1 and GS2 papers. And I'll be reading those in a bit more wider coverage here. So I took this choice.
Okay, it's a good explanation for your side. Since you have taken IR also as a part of your optional subjects, so I guess you are quite interested in that and you try to follow it. Am I right?
So I try to follow it based upon the requirements of the paper, but I haven't had very keen interest in that. So I have a limited idea.
Okay. Okay, then I will not pursue that line with you. Tell me about your this paper. You got a medal on the plagiarism detection in Hindi using NPL.
NLP, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
NLPs.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain what is it all about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was my sir in BTech final year. We had to go for internship, so I did not go for the company internship. Rather than that, I pursued this research paper under my HOD, and this has recently got published in 2023 itself. So, as the title is plagiarism detection in Hindi language using NLP. NLP is, sir, natural language processing, which is a subset of AI only, artificial intelligence. So, sir, plagiarism is becoming a big problem and big challenge in academia, be at all levels, school, college, and even among the research fraternity also. What I found that time we have to make a lot of projects and all. So there's a software called as Turnitin. It checks basically that plagiarism in English. So one thing came to my mind. I discussed it with my HOD. Ma'am, what about Hindi? And with the introduction of new education policy, where it is pushing for the vernacular education, now BTech is being studied in Hindi also. So there was no such robust tool which could check the plagiarism in Hindi language. What at most the available tools could do is check upon the basic phrasal and semantic level analysis. Let me give an example. If the sentence is Ram ja raha hai in one document, in second document also it is Ram ja raha hai. If the same words are there, then it could check. Let's take another example. Ram Sham ka bhai hai is in first document. In second document is Sham Ram ka bhai hai. Our human intelligence would say both the sentences mean exactly the same. But as the word orders have changed, as the phrases have changed the position, softwares like Turnitin could not check the plagiarism. So the algorithm which I propose in that, I have done document similarity at word level, phrasal level, and multiple level of analysis, where I am taking into the consideration synonyms, antonyms, and other types of paraphrasing also. So this is the broad idea of my work, sir.
So how much you are sure of this in your paper that the plagiarism, sometime it can be genuine also. We were talking about earlier about artificial intelligence having a bias.
Yes,
how
sir.
much is the bias in your paper in this? There is a possibility of bias.
So it's the algorithm which I am proposing is very much different from the other kind of AI. It's not a machine learning algorithm as such. It is a subset of NLP. So in that we are first of all making a toolkit of the words, like a dictionary that of synonyms and antonyms, and creating tools like that. So bias will not be, there is no chance of bias in the proposed algorithm of mine, because it's not that kind of data we are feeding. It's a checker, it's a plagiarism checker. So it has a static data, that too of synonyms, antonyms, and phrases and paraphrases, not any other kind of imagery data or say multiple document type of data. So bias, any chance of bias is not there in such algorithms, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Shashank,
Yes, sir.
why is political science considered a science?
Sir, if we go by the basic connotation of science, science is something which we can experiment upon, make some assumptions, and then prove with validatable results. And the same thing can be applied in future to get predictable results. So if we see political science as science, in political science is a very democratic and open and wide domain. It encompasses many subsets. So in political science, especially in political sociology and political economy, so the political economics and political sociologists conduct data surveys, field surveys, they collect data, and based upon those data,
That
studies.
you're talking of a branch of political work.
Yes, sir.
But political science itself is known as science.
Yes, sir.
Must read on this. Okay, you should have a point-wise explanation as to why political. You are getting into a longer narrative as to how you can justify political science as science. That
Yes,
is
sir.
not the point of this discussion.
Okay, sir.
Who is the father of modern political science?
Father of modern political science. Sir, in my limited readings, I have come across the word the father of contemporary political science.
Okay, that's all right.
If I am correct, sir, that is John Rawls.
No, that's not correct.
Okay, sir. Okay.
When you say
Then-
father of political science, it is Machiavelli, 15th century.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Have you
Got
read
it.
about Machiavelli?
Yes, sir. As
What
a
is his
transitional
contribution?
thinker.
What is his main contribution to political science?
Sir, Machiavelli as a thinker is known as a transitional thinker because he was at the cusp of modernity. When there was medieval time, people believed
Don't go into long explanation. There was a pointed question. What is his contribution to political science? You should just skip 1, 2, 3 if you have all these 3 points.
So let me take a pause of 10 seconds, please.
Okay.
Sir, Machiavelli, first of all, introduced modernity in political science, modernity in the sense of separating ethics and politics.
No. He gave 3 different branches of politics in a country: executive, judiciary, and
Legislature.
legislative. He was the so-called Janak. Who is the father of ancient times? Father of Indian politics.
Ancient Indian politics. Kautilya?
Kautilya. What is his Chatushpad theory?
I haven't heard of
Samdam Dandbhed.
Chatushpada theory. Okay, sir. Okay. So
All
I'll
right.
be reading about
Who
it.
is the father of modern Indian politics?
I haven't read about concrete connotations, but if you allow me, I can take a guess, sir.
Okay,
Sir, it can be Dr. Ambedkar.
absolutely right. All right. You have written in your draft, you have been a director or something, founder of
Founder of-
Speak Easy. What is Speak Easy?
Sir, it was a club which I found in my college. It was about removal of hesitation in speaking, in public speaking among the students. In most of the colleges, we do have a literary club, quiz club, but many a times people in college come from different backgrounds. Many of them have social anxiety. They are not able to express themselves. So I created this club where people can get to speak in public environment, and they can be at ease and they can be at confident to speak.
So, how many people you helped? What do you think?
Sir, in the first batch, there were around 80 people in our club. Yes,
So
sir.
that's nice. All right. Last part of my question would be on the influence of India on Indo-Pacific region. Whatever you want to tell me in 30 seconds.
Sir, India has a lukewarm influence in the Indo-Pacific region. There are contestations with China happening, with China spreading its tentacles, and India is using its soft power more to hold its influence in the Indo-Pacific. It is making issue-based alliances like Quad with
What is
the
the
Western
importance
nations.
of Indo-Pacific region for India or the world?
Sir,
Why is it so important?
because of the maritime trade routes and the global economy, which is very much dependent upon the choke points which pass through the Indo-Pacific.
And rich marine resources which is being illegally taken by
Yes, sir.
China.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning, Shashank.
Good morning, sir.
You haven't opted for IPS. May I know the reason?
Sir, I have placed it not among the top because sir, I consulted with some of my seniors regarding my eyesight and some back issues. So they said you better place it lower. So that was the reason.
And you have taken PSIR, International Relation, as your optional.
Yes, sir.
And you also haven't opted for IFS as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's the reason for that?
Sir, as we are allowed to have some preferences, personal preferences, so I did not want to serve a major chunk of my life outside, sir. Outside of the country, sir. Yeah, that was the basic reason.
Okay, and Shashank, you are from Lucknow. Lucknow is associated with Tehzeeb.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Sir, it's because of the simplicity and the hospitality of the city as such. Uh, During the time of Nawabs of the since the time of Nawabs of the Awadhs, there has been a Awadhi touch of the city, where everything is very much calm. There is a tendency of pehle aap in the city. There's a famous tagline, "Muskuraiye aap Lucknow mein hai." All these connotes to the simplicity of the city. So in that way, we can
Okay.
consider it, sir.
I'm giving you a hypothetical situation. You are from computer science. Let's say you don't prepare for services, you are not opting for it. You want to start a startup. I'm giving you 4-5 cities. You need to tell me where will you start it? Delhi, Bangalore, Uttar Pradesh, Hyderabad, or Chandigarh.
Uttar Pradesh as a state.
Where will you start your startup?
Uttar Pradesh.
Uttar Pradesh. May I know the reasons?
Sir, because the other four regions, cities or metros you mentioned, they are already very much software developed. They are already metro cities. And Uttar Pradesh you mentioned as a state. In UP, there is Greater Noida. Definitely, it's a hub. Recently, Lucknow is being proposed to be India's first AI city. But as we discussed earlier, there are different regions in UP which need to have more of development. So if given a chance, so I would like to set up my startup, say in Bundelkhand region of Uttar Pradesh, so that local development can usher in there.
Interesting. Are you aware about ease of doing business index?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Sir, ease of doing business index assesses the ease with which investor or a new company which is coming into a country or a region is able to easily do the business in that region. It encompasses the areas as the checkpoints like law and order situation, capital availability, availability of skilled workforce, etc. So,
Okay. We also have the domestic ease of doing
Yes, sir.
business index, where UP stands at it.
second position, sir. It has widely improved from 12th to second. It was recently in news, sir.
What were the policies that were involved so that UP topped the list?
So the major one is UP's e-governance drive. In that, there is one Nivesh Mitra portal and Nivesh Sarthi portal, which are single window clearance portals. It has streamlined the processes and removed the intermediaries. Secondly, we have 21 dedicated policies, sector specific policies in UP, say solar policy, biofuel policy, biopower policy, tourism policy. So dedicated sector level policies are driving this ease. These points are coming in my sir.
Okay, Shashank, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So, Shashank, your formal interview is over.
Sir, can I take something to make notes of the
We will
feedback?
we will give you.
Okay.
The video as well. Over.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
You can make mental notes. They are not going to make a long speech, right? Okay. How do you rate yourself today in the interview? What will be your self-assessment?
Sir, honestly telling you, I just landed up in Delhi day before yesterday, and before that, I had my PG exams running. So I actually have no preparation as such. Even I couldn't read newspapers in 2-3 days. So I am not in a position to judge myself. I would like to hear your opinion, sir.
But you didn't mention anything about that you are pursuing PG when I asked you to introduce yourself.
So because that hasn't been completed till the DAF asks us if we have completed or got the certificate. So I haven't mentioned in my DAF, sir. So that's why.
But if you have not mentioned when we are discussing something with you, don't bring up that issue. That gives me an impression that you hid the information from the board.
Okay, sir. Okay.
What PG in what subject?
Well, the political science itself.
You are doing a PG in political science, right? Now, we have this feeling that you are a good candidate and you have still a lot of time for your interview. First thing first, your appearance and all, everything is fine, except that this 5 p.m. shadow doesn't work. The shape, I mean this stubble
Okay,
will
sir.
not go.
Clean
Yeah,
shave,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. Either you grow a beard by that time, or you should be clean shaven. But something in between,
Yes,
like
sir. Yes, sir.
it betrays your casual attitude,
Sure.
right? And second is that uh, perhaps it is due to your outstanding work in the college, in the public speaking or other things. You tend to make very long answers.
Okay, sir.
You are a student of science. You should be absolutely crisp. If some question is asked of you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, whatever you want to make, don't elaborate those. Just put up your points, all your points. And like for division of states, I mean, if you say that one bad incident in Joshimath or all does not make that the smaller states are bad. What are the human development indices? You didn't mention about that. How improved the human development indices are now in Uttarakhand. One accident, Silkyara or one Joshima, does not alter the reality of improved SDGs and human development indices, right? So you need to study more on those things. Then you are a educated person, like when you are talking, it is synonyms or antonyms, right? You don't, I can't pronounce the way you did. So
Okay.
pay a little
Sure, sir,
attention
sure.
to that, right? That would do. And understand the subject better. Understand the subject better, because few things, when you say international relations, your Lucknowi Tehzeeb. So Lucknowi Tehzeeb is not only about Tehzeeb is not only about Pehle Aap. Tehzeeb includes the whole cultural subsets like performing arts, food. All those things become
Yes,
part
sir.
of Tehzeeb. Tehzeeb is way of life.
Okay,
Tehzeeb
sir.
is not ki aiye baithiye.
Got
No,
it, sir.
that is very narrow sense of Tehzeeb.
Okay, sir.
Right. So probably it would help you. And you have been saying yeah. Yeah is a yes. It is yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah for civil services is forbidden.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Even we don't, even after long service, we never use it while discussing anything with the seniors.
Okay, sir.
So you are a good candidate. You have time to prepare. Do it, and you will do very well.
Thank
All
you,
the best. Thank you. If I have left out, please.
Please. Because, please, you go ahead.
Just one small thing. This opinion-based questions, you should be very careful. The bifurcation of state was opinion-based question. You went into all sort of integrity, nationality, sovereignty. All these were not required. Why are you using all these words?
Okay.
Stick to the point. You had a point of view. Stick to the point of view. But give that cogent reasons. I am giving cogent reason for better development of smaller states. Now you want to stick to a bigger state.
Bigger state.
But then you need more about it. How
Yes,
bigger
sir.
states are not beneficial. You should have convinced me, which you failed to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Opinion-based question either be a follow middle path, say benefits and disadvantages of both. However, I favor this because of this. If you say favor this, then backed by strong arguments, facts, and figures. Okay,
Sure, sir.
remember that. Otherwise, you are okay, but try to.
Sure, sir.
All right. This is your first interview. That is why I wanted to say a few things. I don't know whether earlier mock interviews have told you this. This exam, this interview is to find officers, first class officers. And the main aim is to have or find officer-like quality in a candidate. What are officer-like qualities? Have you been told by any mock interviewers?
Not yet, sir.
Integrity, clarity, conscious decision making. These are some of the main attributes of an officer who can serve the government of India. And you should, right from the moment you come in, you should behave as if you are an officer. junior officer talking to some senior officers. It is not an interrogation, first of all, it is an exchange of information. In that, whatever is being asked, first make sure whether it is a pinpoint, it searches for a pinpoint answer. That there can be two kind of questions. One can be asked, you can be asked about your opinion, and the other, we are getting some information from you. So if a pinpointed question is being asked, you should be able to give pinpointed answer and not go into various explanations. Because the asking person knows the background and he is asking you to pinpoint certain things. You don't need to give him the whole explanation.
Got it, sir.
If you have an opinion to give, then you make a moment or two of silence. If you need longer, then ask for permission. Organize your thoughts and then speak.
Yes, sir.
You get my point?
Yes, sir.
You have enough time. What you do from your DAF and current affairs, choose about 18-90 questions, and after studying them, make bullet points. Starting from the most important, then lesser, then lesser. 3 or 4 points are good enough. Stand in front of the mirror and see how you respond to these questions if those questions are asked to you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. All the best.
All right. Anything you want to ask us?
So one thing was regarding this appearance only. So I was saying either clean shaved or as is seen in my DAF, the picture, that much beard would do.
That's no.
I don't
Didn't
think-
understand what is the question. Come again.
It's
Sir,
two options. Either this appearance or that appearance. Clean
Not that
shaved.
one or the clean shaved one.
You
I
see,
prefer it clean shaved.
clean shaven.
Okay,
You
totally
don't
clean
have a
shaved.
proper beard as of now.
Either a proper beard, that's okay. Mustache you want to grow, fine. But
Shave should be
it
clean.
should be clear.
Clear.
Got it, sir.
Yeah, either you are a bearded person or a non-bearded.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Tehzeeb.
All right.
Question on Tehzeeb. The question was, how did it happen? What is
Yeah.
the reason of Tehzeeb? You didn't give an explanation. You just gave the explanation as to what is Tehzeeb.
how
The
it
answer
evolved.
was, how did it originate?
So
I was
how
going for
did
the
it originate?
sociological answer.
Yeah.
I was asking for a sociological observation.
Sir, can
The
you please
answer.
elaborate a bit
How
on the origin?
Tehzeeb is associated with Lucknow? How? That was the question.
Okay, sir.
How it came to associated with Lucknow?
And these
I
days we
need to
don't.
read about more. Sir, आप क्या expect कर रहे थे answer इस पे?
Various factors sir has covered that, है ना? Like food, पहरावा. You just covered
Performing arts वगैरह.
one aspect.
Just go ahead and read about it.
Sure, sir,
There
I'll
are
read it.
plenty of books, and even if you Google it, you will find the evolution of Tehzeeb.
Yeah.
Evolution of this.
Coming from there, you should know.
Yes, sir. I'll be preparing every थोड़ा.
All the best.
Read
Okay.
some articles of Rana Safvi on food, if you can.
Of
Food.
sir, the person
Rana Safvi.
Rana Safvi. Okay, sir.
And nobody has asked you about your Raj Yoga meditation. Somebody is going to ask you.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we didn't have time, but anyway, all the best to you.
Thank you so much.
All
sir.
the best.
Thank you.
All right. And one thing, just a minute. As you came in, you took some time to unbutton your jacket and
Yes, sir.
sit down. This academy kind of teaching is no good.
Make it more
Right.
casual.
It should be casual. You walk in and good morning, and don't stand in front, unbutton yourself and sit down.
So what should I have done?
Just keep it open. That's fine. with us.
अंदर आते
Yeah,
समय
yeah.
ही ओपन करके आना है.
Absolutely, it's okay.
अच्छा. मतलब यहाँ पे आकर के ओपन करने की
नहीं
जरूरत
करने की जरूरत नहीं है.
बाहर
Yeah.
गेट से ही ओपन
हाँ,
करके आए.
Unbuttoning is not done in front of the board.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, sir, for pointing this out. I
Okay.
didn't know, sir.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So,
Very young person.